All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else. In the video I'm bringing you today, I'm going to do a gear set review of the Senchal's Defender set. Now, this is a new set that's dropping in Dragonhold. The 5-piece is kind of interesting. I wanted to go through it, wanted to kind of show you guys what it does and give you my opinion on it. So, with that being said, let's dive into it. So we got 2-piece max stam, 3-piece max health, 4-piece max magicka. Really nice rounded out 4-piece. Like, you can use it on any class, like any build. Magicka or stamina. That's nice. And then 5-piece dealing direct damage with a non-heavy attack grants you 1 persistent stack of Senchal's duty, up to 10 stacks. After dealing damage with a fully charged heavy attack, restore 535 stamina and magicka for each stack of Senchal's duty and consume them. You could only gain 1 stack of Senchal's duty every second. And so, guys, this turns out to 5,350 stamina when you get full stacks, plus on top of the heavy attack that you land. So it turns out to, it looks like a very interesting sustain set, like a heavy armor brawler style sustain set. And so it's going to come down to how effective this set actually is. Is this set going to be super useful in open world PvP for what it gives? Could we potentially stack more damage and use this as our sustain instead of like a different food? So I'm going to show you so that's what the set is. What I have found, guys, when I've been briefly testing it, is when it says non-heavy attack, it also means abilities. And so every time I hit with a non-heavy attack, you see I get this stack. You see I glow kind of green. So even if I hit with a D-swing, I get this green glow. So it has nothing to do with light attacks, although light attacks do proc it as well. It's anything that is a non-heavy attack, so any ability. I don't know. I'll test it after this, but I don't know if Blade Cloak just coming off, like doing damage procs it. I'll test that next. I don't know if Hurricane will proc it either. I guess that would be something worth testing. But I'm going to drop down to about 10k stam, and I'll show you guys the return in like heavy armor with this set fully buffed. And so we're at 9.9, 10.1. Full attack, we go up to 20k. So we get a 10k return with the heavy attack plus this. So our heavy attack gives us about 5k. Like I said, 5,350 for the set fully buffed. If we do this and it explodes, no, it does not. Okay, so that makes sense. Does this do it? Okay, no, it not. Okay, so it looks like it has to be direct damage, which makes sense. I mean, obviously, like if you could just buff Hurricane and you proc the set, it'd actually be kind of ridiculous, I think. So this is a very interesting set. Now the question is going to come down to, is it useful? And obviously, guys, I have not run this set in open world PvP, so I'm not going to say that it is necessarily bad. However, I have run sets like this, or I've tried to run sets like this. I've tried to run. Sorry, I'm just pulling out some weapons really quick. I've tried to run the Maelstrom Sword and Board. When you do a heroic slash, you get return off of your heavy attack. I've tried to do that. I've tried to run other sustains sets like that where you really rely on heavy attacks. And what I've found, guys, is heavy attacks in general, with the game the way it currently is, and it's not always the game. Okay, so I'm not trying to like excuse the game for what it's doing or anything like that. It's just sometimes heavy attacks don't land in lag, light attacks don't land in lag. Like that's why I don't really use a lot of like crushing weapon on a lot of my builds, is because light attacks are inconsistent. It's why I'm kind of not a fan of running a set like Essence Thief when it's really laggy, is because the heavy attacks are inconsistent. So if I was in an open world scenario where I'm trying to 1vx and like I'm light attacking and getting these abilities off, there's going to be times where I have to kite and maneuver around in a lot of situations, and I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to land a blow to get these stacks to where I can then heavy attack later. And so I don't necessarily think that it's going to be a good set. I do want to see if the stacks stay, if like we can backbar it. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, what if we could backbar this set as like a bow stamina nightblade build, and we use an infused like poison status bow to do damage at range, and then we can also use a heavy attack to like get our resources back. And so maybe we can stack more damage that way, single barring it. Do we lose our stacks if we switch bars? Is basically what I'm trying to figure out right now. And it doesn't look like we do. I'm going to lower some stamina here. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I'm doing like a full test for you so you guys can kind of have an idea for what it does. This is obviously not how you PvP. You do not rending / spam. But it is very effective for losing resources. So we're going to do this, and it's going to be interesting. And then we're going to switch to this bar, and then we're going to do it again, and then we're going to do our heavy attack. Okay, so it does look like we can back bar this set. And so that does have some utility. And so personally, guys, I don't think I'm going to end up using this set. Like I said, like although it is a unique 5-piece and it can be back barred, I do not think that it's going to end up on any of my builds. Now, I might, like I said, I might consider it for a potential back bar bow build, or maybe I'd back bar like a back bar sword board build, maybe. Like maybe that's useful since it is magicka and stamina, guys. So there is that. So do I have anything? I'm gonna lower some magicka as well, so you guys can have an idea. Trying to do as much testing as possible for you guys. Obviously, rending / spam is the most exciting thing on YouTube. So I'm happy to be at your service here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna streak through. We're gonna streak around once again. Make sure our resources are low. We're at 11K. Full heavy attack, and you see both resources come back. So it is useful in that way. And so I would think that if you were trying to utilize this set on any build, the first things that come to mind, guys, would be like Mag DK and Magplar. Sets where you kind of have to stay and take damage and really survive. Getting both returns, magicka and stamina off of light attacks or damage abilities would be very powerful. Now, I guess I'm curious if something like Entropy would proc it. And I'm on a stamina build, but I just want to see if Entropy actually procs this, because then it'd be a little bit more useful as like a back bar set for a magicka class. That way you don't have to, and it does. Okay. So it looks like any damage dealing thing that's not a fully charged heavy attack, direct damage, looks like it procs this set. And so I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's going to be really hard to utilize, like landing a full heavy attack. Oftentimes, like, players dodge roll or they block or whatever. And so it's unique. It's interesting. The fact that it can be back barred is very cool. The fact that the stacks don't drop off, it's very interesting. I just, can't envision a scenario where this is going to be best in slot on a build. And so I'm going to think about it a little bit further. But if I miss something, I'd like to get your guys' feedback. Please comment in the section below. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe you guys are like, hey, what about, a healer, back bar resto staff, and you can light attack people to get the procs, and then a fully charged heavy to get your major mending, and then you get double resource return. That's probably the best way to use this set, to be honest. But then you're giving up a set like Transmutation or Sanctuary or something else, and I don't know if this replaces that. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.